Over the past week or so, I've noticed many people jumping on the Nvidia sucks train. Every day, a new video posted about how much Nvidia sucks and the kind of BS that they're pulling today. I'm glad people have finally begun to notice, but where were these people 2 to 3 years ago? The problem is, most people can't see more than 2 feet in front of their face. Now that Nvidia has gained seemingly complete control over the PC gaming landscape with the GPP, people are now seeing the tangible effects of this. As reported by others, the best example is the Gigabyte RX 580 gaming box that isn't for gaming. And that's Gigabyte's excuse for not putting the Aorus brand on this model in comparison to their GTX lineup that are under the Aorus brand. But MSI went one step further and really hit the nail on the head by stating Nvidia currently are ahead of the GPU experience. Technically only with one GPU, but we'll cover that in a second. And people would also not be buying anything subpar to it. Basically, what MSI was saying is that gamers have already made their choice, and now they have to live with the consequences of those decisions. It was evident that gamers didn't care about competition or even value when I saw this article over on Gamers Nexus. Before releasing the RX 500 series, and the mining craze that came just thereafter, just about a year ago, Newegg had to clear out their RX 470 inventory by selling the Asus Strix, a premium model, in comparison to the reference MSRP of $179, they were selling the premium model at only $120. The RX 470 easily competes with the GTX 1060 3GB, but was selling for less than the GTX 1050 Ti, which happens to be at least 25% slower. It was at this point that I realized gamers have made up their choice. They wanted Nvidia GPUs, period, and the consequences be damned. Just 1 year later, the Steam hardware survey says it all. This video's thumbnail pretty much sums things up. Go along to get along with Nvidia. Things like GameWorks, GeForce Partner Program, and misrepresentation of products. Today, that'd be the MX 150 in Ultrabooks. Or yesterday, that was the GTX 970 with 3.5 gigabytes of memory versus the advertised 4 gigabytes. And who knows what else the future holds. Or support another option. And that's the good news. We still have another option. There's only one other discrete gaming GPU manufacturer, but at least there's still one, and that's way better than zero. It's up to you to decide what's more important to you. Nvidia does have the single fastest gaming GPU on the market. This is very true. Unless you're buying a GTX 1080 Ti, however, there is another option at every price point, especially now that prices are starting to come back to normal. For 1440p, the Vega 56 competes very well against the GTX 1070 Ti, which is basically just the GTX 1080, just a little bit slower. And for 1080p, the RX 580 trades blows with the GTX 1060 6GB while providing you 2 gigabytes more VRAM. Unless you're a part of the 0.39%, so less than 1 in 200 gamers, shooting for 4K or 1440p 144 Hz, you have an option. The reason I bring this up now is because people are starting to see what myself and others warned about years ago. Nvidia may have better GPUs, but does it really matter? Is it worth creating monopoly when you have another option that still delivers a great gaming experience? This is something only you can answer. Now, I won't be bringing this up again. I've brought this up many times over the past couple of years, and I'm getting a little tired of the red versus green, Democrat versus Republican, left versus right argument that permeates the YouTube environment, and I want to move past that. It's time to stop talking about this and vote with your wallet. Put up or shut up. If the masses want Nvidia, so be it. Realistically, this is the only way to stop the Nvidia shenanigans that we've been seeing here lately. It's your call, PCMR community. That's my whole take on this. You either need to decide whether or not you want to continue to support these practices, or if you want to go another direction. But us just going online and bitching and moaning in comment sections, that's not doing anything. That's not changing the market. Nvidia has pretty much a monopoly already. And if you want to go ahead and curb that and try to help the market as a whole, if you want to see the PC gaming experience flourish instead of being put under the thumb of things like GameWorks and GPP, you have to vote with your wallet. But as I said, the good news is you still have another option. But how long is that option going to be around for? No one can say. Well, alrighty guys, sorry this is kind of a downer video. I just kind of wanted to get this out there. This was kind of scripted. I wanted to make sure that this came out properly. So if I didn't seem as fluent and natural as I normally do, I wanted to make sure that my words weren't mixed up. I wanted this to come out smooth and proper. So I'm actually working on a couple of projects. I'm trying to get a few vendors on hand. I actually had a really cool idea for a new video series that I'd like to do. And I wanted to let you guys know that on Sunday, this Easter, April 1st, it's not going to be an April Fool, I'm going to be doing another live stream. It's going to be at 2 or 3. I will post it on YouTube here in a little while once I get that hammered down. And that's Central Standard Time here in the United States. It's just going to be me this time. So this way, if there are any issues, I can go ahead and work those out. So I want to get that ready so in the future, when I do have guests, we don't run into issues like we did last time. So it's just basically going to be us talking. For the most part, I'm just going to be interacting with you guys. So have your questions ready. Feed them on in. We'll just have a chat. I know it's going to be a holiday, so a lot of you guys will be with your family. My wife's going to be out of town, so I'm going to be kind of by myself. That's why I figured, hey, since I'm not going to be with my friends or family, I can go ahead and join you guys. You're kind of like a surrogate family to me. As per usual, guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please share with friends. I think a lot of people need to hear this. I gave it pretty much cold and hard, and this is the truth that a lot of people need to hear. So please share this. Get this out there. I'm getting tired of people going, oh, Nvidia sucks, Nvidia sucks. Meanwhile, they have like a GTX 1060 in their computer next to them when you could have had like an RX 480 or something like that. Granted, over the past year, that wasn't really the case. So it's understandable that not everybody had that choice here recently. And that's the reason why I showed that Gamers Nexus article there, basically saying that before the mining craze, nobody was really buying AMD graphics cards anyway. So it's pretty apparent that something needs to change. We need to support the competition when they have products at price points that are good comparatively to their competition. Now, granted, if you need those super high-end graphics, like I said, at 4K or 1440p, you're pretty much stuck with the 1080 Ti. There's nothing else that can really do that, realistically speaking. But even 1440p 60 or 1440p 100, a Vega 56 is a solid option. And as I said, prices are starting to come down. It'll be a few more weeks, maybe another month, and hopefully we'll start seeing MSRP again. So that's great news as well. But for me, that's all I got for you guys today. And I will catch you guys in the stream on Sunday.